Broadway's great, but it's really commercial. What if you want something a little off the beaten path? What if you want something a little different? What if you want alternative theater? That's what's so great about the 13th Street Rep. They've always put creativity over commerce.
It's really quite a unique organization as theater groups go in the city. And the 13th Street Rep is unique on one level because of Edith O'Hara.
She's the kind of person in the theater that I live for because she's very, very resourceful and creative. And more than anything, she's undaunted.
I am old-fashioned about everything. I have a strong work ethic that I learned in childhood, and I believe in having the theater door open at 10 in the morning and being here to answer questions on the phone and not have somebody get a voice and just take care of business. Our whole purpose in this theater in New York City is to help actors develop their craft. Not just actors, but any of the creative areas of theater. Playwrights, directors, scene designers, anyone at all. So we only do original plays because we want to help people find their voice in theater. So we've been here for 34 years now. But now, of course, we're in this big, huge legal battle because one of the other owners wants to develop a high-rise here with the property next door. So I would lose the theater and the building in my apartment. We've had 3 eviction notices.
When a person comes to New York City, if they're going to study acting, you've got to find a home. And the 13th Street Rep has been home to hundreds of young men and women. Hundreds.
They come to New York, and it's And in this day and age, beginners often have a master's degree from some very, very expensive and very good school.
This is incredibly exciting for me. I just moved to New York about 2 months ago, so this is my first part in the city. I just graduated UMass Amherst Theater. And it's fabulous.
Well, Merry Christmas, Uncle, God save you! Christmas? Bah, humbug! Christmas a humbug? Surely you don't mean that, Uncle.
Of course I mean it. What reason do you have to be merry? You are poor.
Come then, Uncle. What reason do you have to be gloomy? You are rich.
It's a very tough game in New York. And Edith is a kind of natural mother hen.
She saved my life. She gave me my life in New York. She gave me my first theater company to work in. She gave me my first place to live downtown. And when we had no money, she fed us. Thanksgivings were spent upstairs in her apartment. She made big soups and chicken pot pies and stews and all that kind of stuff and feed everyone.
This theater is presently being threatened by real estate interests who would like to build yet another condominium instead of having a theater. So this is a really dire issue in Manhattan. There's many small theaters that are being disappeared. The Blue Heron Theater is gone. The Lambs Theater Club, Historic Lambs Theater, is gone. 758th Avenue, 46th and 8th, which housed many small off-Broadway companies, is gone.
The theater companies move in and help to anchor a neighborhood that was maybe questionable, and then start to bring some economic prosperity to the area. And as soon as it happens, the rents go up and the theaters get forced out. And that's that's something probably needs to be done about, because one of the most important industries in New York, especially with regard to tourists, is the theater. And we must not just think of theater in New York as just that little small area of Broadway. I know that if we look at the statistics for nytheater.com, we actually have more people looking at information about the off-off indie world than we do on the Broadway because it's so broad, it's so big, there's such diversity to it, and people really care about it.
So the latest offer is I could have $2 million and live here the rest of my life. Well, I'm 90 now, so who knows what that means. But the money is not the object. The object is to keep the building and keep the theater. If I lose this building, I would rather lose it by fighting for it than giving in and knowing that it could never go on as it should.
And I could take you to places you'd like to go, but outside of that, I've no use for dough. It's the root of all evil, of strife and upheaval. But I'm certain, honey, that life will